Hi, my Gemini loves. How are you guys doing? Okay, so hi, my Gemini loves. How are you guys doing? And welcome back to my channel. So this is your, sorry about that pause, you guys. I was just like, what did you say? Welcome back to my channel. So this is your December 2020 weekly reading for the second week of December 2020, love and romance, soulmate, twin flame vibes. Really quickly, before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button down below. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. It blesses you as well as me. Okay, so just know that like button, you benefit. You benefit a lot more than you know. You're not playing me, you're playing yourself. All right. So, sorry, I keep hearing Taurus. I heard Pisces. So you guys, Pisces, if that's in your chart for Geminis, or if you're dealing with a Pisces and also Taurus, if you're dealing with a Taurus, or if that's in your chart, then this reading is especially for you. So just shuffling the cards. I'm gonna get the energy right. All right. These energies this week, they have been very, very loud and proud and bold and like, you know, forcing their way in. Something about this week is just like, well, I was gonna do that anyways. Might as well just do it now. I was waiting for you to do it, and you weren't doing it, so I'm doing it. Like, so some strong energies this week, very powerful. I'm really intrigued to see how this week plays out, because these weekly energies for this week, no joke, right? No joke. I mean, this is like the fourth sign I've done today, and all of them have been, every single near future energy has been like whoosh, very powerful, like moved out just like that. You saw how that card just fell out? All right, my Gemmy gems, right? Underlying energy is the Empress. Yes. All right, you guys, thank you so much for the love and support. I really appreciate that. You know, I already said that in the last video, but I want to say it again. You guys always blow me away. You guys literally always make me laugh. Like, every time I read a comment in the studio and I'm laughing, I look to the video and it's Gemini. I'm like, oh my God, you guys make me die laughing. All right. So thank you for all of that. Thanks for the high vibe. Thanks for the messages. I really appreciate all the support, and I really hope I can support you guys back in the way that you guys support me. All right. So let me know. All right. So boom. So the underlying energy, not the underlying energy, but this is the root of the reading, right? But it is underlying energy, and it's the Hermit, right? So this person, they're needing to look within. They've been needing to look within. I feel like they might not have fully looked within, but they've been needed to look within. The recent past energy for this person is the Chariot. All right, so Spirit was like, that's why I said stop. All right, so in the distant past, this person, they were looking within, right? And they were trying to figure out what they wanted. And with the Star, they were figuring out what they wanted, but also they were getting healing, because they were just like, well, this is what I want, but why aren't I doing it, right? And the reason why was because I needed healing. I needed confidence. I didn't have the confidence that I needed to go towards Gemini, or I needed healing from a past situation that, you know, that triggered me and traumatized me. I needed healing from hearsay. Sometimes you need healing from hearsay. You do. Because, you know, when you spent a long time listening to what other people think, and then you stop, or you find something, or you find someone, and you're really connecting with them, and it's in your heart of hearts, but then the people around you and the words around you are the opposite of it, you need to heal from hearsay, because you're feeling one way, but then you're second guessing and you're doubting it within, you know, because that part of you, your inner critic, your inner Virgo, your inner analyzer, your inner decision maker, had such a hard time because it was so shut out for so long, and from such a long time ago. Sorry, my dad's up. He's up. It's Sunday, and you know, it's his house. You might hear his voice. You know, that's him. That's him. He's also a Gemini moon, so you know he can talk. You know, he can talk, right? And love him, but right? All right. So this person, they really needed to look within, because you were their wish fulfillment. You were what they wanted, but why weren't they going for it? Why were they isolated from it? Or I also feel like the universe even held the two of you guys back from one another, Gemini, because the both of you guys, but I feel like they mainly needed to like deal with hearsay. Like, why do they care so much what other people think? I mean, this is Mercury and Libra. So if this person is Mercury and Libra, which I do, you have a hard time with hearsay. I used to have a very hard time with hearsay. I don't have it anymore. I genuinely don't care. You know, I mean, I get annoyed by it now because I'm breaking out of it, but it's not like I'm bothered and I'm like, oh, am I doing the wrong thing? I'm just like, I wish they would just stop it. You know, I wish they saw that they were karmic in my life. Right? So this person, they struggled with that too. And they made a lot of choices based on what outside people thought. And they manifested a lot of things that they didn't really want because they weren't manifesting from themselves. They were manifesting from the outside world. So of course you're gonna be happy with your manifestations, or it's gonna be wonky manifestations because you're not listening to yourself. You're not. All right. So now in the recent spirit's like, okay. So I said, why do they have this Hermit energy? Is because of the Knight of Wands. So they had this Hermit energy because I feel like this person was very flighty. They may have been kind of like someone who was like playing the field. You know, this person didn't just date you. You know what I'm trying to say? And you know this already. If you know this, you know this by now. Okay? This is very clear by now. Right? Where they were kind of just like, you know, they were being a Knight of Wands. And, but in a romantic sense, which he's the worst romantically. You know, if he's not controlled, he's the worst because he just like, he's so stupid. He's so dumb, especially when he's coupled with this Two of Swords energy. It makes the stupidest mistakes. I mean, does the dumbest things, right? Stupid, like just the dumbest things. And yeah. And I also feel like they wanted to move towards you, but they wanted to move towards you in that Knight of Wands way when what you were needing was not the Knight of Wands. You were needing a King of Swords. Like, you were needing someone to show up as a King of Swords, not the Knight of Wands. Not someone who comes in and then they go out. And then they come in and then they go out. Now, for some of you guys, they may have dealt with people like this before in the past who were Knight of Wands types, but also karmic, toxic Knight of Wands types that betrayed them, that hurt them, especially if they're female energy. I'm feeling that off of like where this person was cheated on a lot, or they dealt with Knight of Wands types that were very toxic and they need healing from them because you may have triggered that, or something about the connection triggered that in them. Because I don't think a lot of you guys triggered that. I feel like you guys showed up normal, but this person was just like had a lot of stuff around them and they just were like, it just triggered them and triggered them and triggered them, and then they just dipped because they were just like, it can't happen to me again. You know, this person went through some trauma, and I'm hearing sexual trauma. So when you go through that, it's kind of hard to break out of that. So a good thing I feel like you guys are mad patient. So I feel like I don't have to tell you guys that more than once. And you guys already kind of felt that energy off of them anyways. So in the recent past, we have the Chariot energy. So this person started overcoming it and they started heading towards victory. Now I want to know what this Chariot energy is all about. It's about the Knight of Wands energy, and it's overcoming that regret of loss, right? So they may have had flighty connections, like maybe they had a breakup before with somebody who played games with them and they thought that they lost a real relationship, when in reality they didn't lose a real relationship. They lost a player, right? They lost a player. And as a result, or they lost somebody who wasn't really for them, you know? So why are you upset? That's a good thing. But more so the loss of that triggered the abandonment wound, or triggered their loss wound. It triggered their core trauma more than it was a celebration for them. It was like a trigger. It was like, oh, this always happens to me. It was very overwhelming for them. And so in the recent past, they overcame this, Gemini. They overcame this. Wow. They had victory from overcoming this. And this victory, what it was the Empress energy and the Five of Wands. Now, for some of you guys, this is completely different than romantic, right? But this was like a sort of power, and they're getting their confidence back, right? And I also feel like for a lot of you guys, you also got your confidence back too through this Chariot energy. Like, this is not just them. Both of you guys had to go within, and both of you guys had a victory, but it's different. It might not have been a romantic victory, but Gemini, you got a victory from this situation. You got a victory from this person having a Knight of Wands energy or having this Hermit energy. You got a victory from this, but so did they, right? And what it was I feel like that victory, it could have been meeting you in the recent past, but the victory could have also been maybe it could have been a baby, pregnancy, or the loss of a pregnancy. And for some reason, it triggered them, right? They didn't see it as a victory, but it really did set them on the right path. And I'm not going to talk too much about that. These issues are getting a little deep. I don't want to get that deep on YouTube. It sounds like I'm not a deep person. I'm a very deep person, but YouTube has guidelines. Not everybody is about that life. And I'm not here to trigger the masses. I'm really not here to upset people and give them anxiety. I'm really here to just be funny and give you guys the messages and laugh, because we have enough stuff in our life that's stressful and overwhelming and that gives us paranoia, right? I'm not doing that. I already told you guys I'm not doing that on this channel. But they did overcome some dark stuff, but so did you, right? And this victory obviously is for the connection. And I also feel like in the recent past, they decided that they're not gonna let you go. Like in the recent past, they decided, actually, I'm not letting Gemini go. No, I'm not. Like, no, I'm gonna get over this so I can have Gemini. I'm gonna get over this, right? And this either may have happened because of some sort of positive energy that spirit gifted them, so a new creative endeavor, a new passion, a new zest for life, or it could just be just a renewed sense of vigor in this connection where they overcame this energy of this Two of Swords energy because they realized they had a revitalized love for the connection, and they realized they wanted to revitalize the connection in the recent past. And this is leading you guys to victory. When I see the Chariot, don't worry about it. You got it, honey. You got it. When I see the Chariot, I'm like, okay, you got it. I'm gonna close out this reading now. You know, you getting what you heard that? Hey, vroom, vroom. What? That's vroom, vroom. Okay, you're going. All right. This connection is already gonna, I already feel like there's already a lot of victory happening in this connection, getting ready to happen. You just gotta let it in. All right. I don't know. You're not seeing it. So the present energy in this, for this person, when it comes to this connection, is the Three of Cups. They're very happy in this connection. Now, I don't feel a third party vibe off of this. The Three of Cups energy, it feels like it's happy for the two of you guys. You both really like, you're both very happy. This person is very happy in this connection. And with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, they could be communicating to you about your worth, learning about your worth, realizing your worth, getting closer to a truth about themselves, about the worth of this connection with you. But all in all, they're very happy with possibly the fact that maybe this connection is getting more grounded again. Now, that's probably why I was hearing Taurus, because some of you guys, if you have that Taurus in your chart, I would watch the Taurus reading as well. I would watch that. That reading is different, but I would watch. It's really good. But I feel like, especially for that Taurus vibe, but it doesn't have to just be for Taurus, right? Like, it doesn't even really matter, but that Taurus clicks with someone. And if that's the case, this person could be communicating about how much you matter to them, but not just in a way like, oh, you're so beautiful and I love you so much. It's like, I would do anything for you. I want to take care of you. I don't want to lose you. You know, that could be something that they're saying, I don't want to lose you, you know, kind of. But the thing was, the reason why they're saying, and the reason why they're feeling this way is because with the Nine of Wands, they were very paranoid and very tired, and they were too paranoid to see it. And also, there's this paranoia that they're experiencing right now because they're afraid of losing you. Now, they still need to go within to figure out where that paranoia is coming from, because they're ultimately not going to lose you. But just thinking about losing you is making them come forward and speak more honestly and be more grounded. Take more actions that show how you feel, as opposed to just saying how you feel. Show how you feel. Like, this person is coming down, like, from 5D to 4D to 3D, and they're grounding it down, you know, because you can say all you want, but I can listen to poems for days. After a while, I'm going to want to go and work out. I'm going to want to go and go to work and go to my bank account and check my balance, you know? And it's like, if you're just telling me poetry, I'm going to cut you out of my life. And I feel like, as a fellow Queen of Swords, as a fellow Swords, you know, adorned individual myself, at a certain point, I'm just like, I'm done with this. Like, you're just saying the same thing over and over again. Like, can we move? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like the way you are set up, it's like, that's where you're at right now. And it's triggering that paranoia in them, but also that paranoia is coming from deep within, because their intuition is trying to help them to shed a high tower, right? So a high tower, to me, that is like a tower that is so tall in this person's life. This tower has been being built since they were in the womb, and it's so not steady. It's so not a tower for them, and it's built up so high. It's as tall as them, and it needs to shed. And so it's bringing up this paranoia in them. And so as a result, they're probably just wanting to keep it light and fluffy, but also they're connecting more with themselves. There's not another person, and they're finding more joy within themselves, because they're realizing, hey, actually, even though I do have this paranoia of losing Gemini, at least I physically still have Gemini. What can I do to make Gemini know how much I value them? Because it's not just about saying it. This person is realizing, I can't just say it. I can't just say it. I have to do. I have to take action. I have to do. The emperor. I have to do. Enough is enough. Like, it's like if you're a grown man and you're still talking to women and you're not doing anything, it's like, don't become, I don't know why I'm still single. You don't have any money. You know what I mean? You don't do anything. All you do is talk, and you wonder why you're single. It's not because you're not a catch. It's because every woman thinks you're lying to them because you don't do anything, you know? Especially if you're still in the Knight of Wands energy and you're just, and I'm not talking to Gemini, right? I'm just talking in general. Like, if you're still in this Knight of Wands energy and you're coming to a Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the antithesis of a Queen of Swords is the Knight of Wands. Like, the opposite of a Queen of Swords, the thing that will turn a Queen of Swords irate is not the Knight of Swords. It's not even the Knight of Swords reverse. It's the Knight of Wands. Upright. She's like, how dare you have such gall? Like, I honestly, and this person, they've been a knight, and it's just, oh my God, it's triggering you. You're triggered. And it's sending you, and it's been sending you. But I also feel like you're healing, but wow, like, this person has built up a very high tower of something that is triggering paranoia within this connection, because you're like, because this person's like, oh my God, Gemini's gonna leave me. But in reality, it's like, actually, Gemini's not gonna leave you because you're not a catch. Gemini is gonna leave you because Gemini thinks you're lying. Because that's the lesson that Gemini learned. And Spirit didn't want to teach Gemini a different lesson. Spirit didn't send Gemini to Harvard. Spirit didn't send Gemini to Duke. Spirit sent Gemini to Princeton for a reason, because Spirit wanted Gemini to learn under the Princeton professors. And Spirit wanted Gemini to learn Princeton principles, right? Not, you know, I don't know, Chamberlain University. Spirit sent Gemini to Princeton. Princeton is Gemini's alma mater, all right? So the lessons that Gemini has learned are like, they're not going to unlearn those lessons. If they learn, if for them what commitment means to them is X, Y, and Z, don't bring A, B, C, D. Don't bring A, B, C, D. For Gemini, what's commitment for Gemini is X, Y, and Z. So bring X, Y, and Z. Why don't you want to bring it? And the only reason why they don't want to bring it is because of a paradigm that they built up that's a high tower. It's just a tower that needs to come crumbling down, that's very tall. And it's beautifully happening, but it's also like, it makes perfect sense as to why this person is feeling this way and why you guys have not been seeing eye to eye. Because it's like, no, I didn't go to that school. Like, I didn't learn math that way. I didn't learn how to do fractions that way. And I'm not going to learn how to do fractions the way you learn how to do fractions, because I was taught in school that the way that you're doing fractions right now is not the good way, and it's not going to be good to do fractions that are bigger, or fractions that don't divide down into smaller pieces. It's actually easier to do it the way I'm doing it. And I went to Princeton. I don't know where you went. You know what I mean? Like, come on, so I don't know where you went. I went to Princeton, And that's what's kind of happening with this person, where they're just realizing that your belief systems just clash. But your belief system is the better belief system. It is. It's the better one for the two of you guys, because the one that they've had, they're calling it the tower. It's been shutting them out from opportunities for years. For years. All right. Okay. So conscious thoughts and our desires for this person is the Hanged Man, where they're just having to see life from a different perspective. And it's a better perspective, because if they want to be with you, that's just what it is. And if you guys are soulmates and they're not connected to their soul because they've been listening to other people's opinions, but you got a solid education and you're close to your intuition, and even if you're not close to your intuition, the Hierophant trumps the Two of Swords any day. The Hierophant because that's wisdom. It trumps the Two of Swords any day. This person got their knowledge from the block. And listen, I learned a lot of things from the block, right? I did. And there's great things you learn from the block, right? But I didn't learn physics on the block. I didn't learn physics on the block, baby. And I feel like they trying to take physics lessons from the block. And it's like, no, even if you're not gifted with knowledge of physics from some divine being that just taught you physics and you're just you're a prodigy at it, still, even if that's not the case for you, you can't get knowledge from about physics on the block or from your homeboy or homegirl. Like, you need to step out into the world and learn wisdom to understand how to interact with the world. The way that you are doing things, the way that you want the connection to go, or the way that you've been projecting it for it to go, it's better for the both of you guys. The way that they've been projecting it, it hasn't worked for them, and it won't work. It won't. So right now they're like just surrendering, and that's what they're thinking about. In their conscious thoughts, they're just like, man, I should just like listen to Gemini. I should just listen to Gemini. I should just have the strength to listen to my heart and stop listening. If I'm gonna listen to anybody, I should listen to somebody who went to Princeton and did really well, as opposed to someone who has a drug problem, who is a hypocrite, right? They don't really, and it's nothing wrong with having a drug problem. I'm not shaming anybody right now. I'm just making jokes and I'm just talking. And I know that drugs is not it's not a funny topic. And laughing about jokes that might not have been funny, right? But I shouldn't listen to somebody who, they're just not knowledgeable. And they haven't thought deeply about whatever it is that they're telling me about. They're just regurgitating something that they heard at the supermarket. You know, and that doesn't work. And whoever they're taking the advice from, it doesn't even work from the person who they're taking the advice from. That's the two-source energy. It's so stupid, it's chaotic, and it's dumb. And stop doing it. Stop, you know? It blocks your manifestation. And then they'll be like, well, I don't know why I don't get what I want. I don't know why, because they don't listen to their heart. They're playing themselves. So now they're just like, I need to have the strength to stop doing that. And to surrender to the connection. At the end of the day, I know how I feel about this person. I've never felt this way before. For a reason. The Knight of Cups, because now they're finally being pulled into their heart. So of course they never felt this way before, because they never felt before. Before they just listened to what everybody thought and just did what everybody told them to do. And now they're surrendering. It works better. The way that you want things to be works better, Gemini. It does. And it works better for the two of you guys. All right. So now they're surrendering and they're accepting it, and they're just having the strength to do what? The Seven of Cups, to expand their horizons, to wonder and be like, is there another way to do things? Is there a better way to do things? All right. So what's coming in the near future? We have the Ten of Swords for this person. And so they're ending a very difficult, long cycle, and they're putting to bed a very tragic way of looking at things. And there's a tough ending with this person that they're experiencing in the near future. And let's have a look at what this is, right? So it's the Three of Pentacles reversed. So it's kind of like Spirit forcing them to cooperate. Spirit is forcing them to cooperate with society and with you, the world, you know? And I feel like, I don't know, you know, I feel like this is definitely going to upset this person, right? Definitely might be a little upsetting for this person, but they'll move on. And it won't be a long time before they move on, because they're realizing that they need to make a judgment. And they need to make a judgment about things and about life. And like, they need to use their own judgment. Something that they have been going by has not been working for them. It really hasn't. And it's been blocking their way of abundance. It's been blocking them from being around other people and from really working together with others and working together with you. And also, I feel like it's been keeping you guys at a distance from each other, keeping you guys separate from one another. And like, there's just an ending. And I feel like it is a little overwhelming that this person is experiencing this, but you know, it just is what it is. So let's have a look at why this is happening in the connection. And they're the only ones feeling it. So let's have a look at why this is happening. It's because of the Seven of Wands. So this tough ending is happening to protect the connection, and it's happening to protect their happiness, because they'd rather be happy than to hold on to whatever it is that they've been holding on to. It just doesn't make them happy. And it's because they're choosing their emotions. So this Ten of Swords energy, it's also a loss of some sort as well. It could be a loss of a job, a loss of income, right? But also it's something that wasn't really serving them. Like, you don't have to worry. And I don't think you're worried. I think you're like, ooh, I'm actually seeing, ooh, I actually want to know what happens. But it's just some sort of loss of something that really wasn't even cooperating with them anyways. And it was kind of bringing them out of the here and now. And it was kind of like, now they're going to feel more like in tune with the world around them. And they're going to be breaking out of limiting beliefs as well. But you got to give me a second. I got to go quiet for a little bit so I can really hear the message. I think Spirit's trying to tell me something. So what this is it's the ending of this pattern. It is. It's the ending of this pattern. And it's because this pattern it just wasn't cooperating with them. Like, it wasn't bringing them any sort of like abundance or joy or fulfillment or connectivity, nothing like that. It was just a pattern of them doing things that just didn't serve them. And what they were wanting was this happiness. What they are wanting is this love with you, right? But the way that they do things, it just keeps you guys separate. And so they're becoming so overwhelmed doing things because they need to get grounded. And also, I feel like this is a blessing in disguise. Now, for some of them, they may just wake up real like the next day and be like, wow, actually, this was a good thing, like right away, you know? But I think that for some of them, if they have a tendency to get really down and negative and sad, this could really be like a blessing in disguise for them, just because they won't be able to look up and see the blessing right away. But in time, once they do look up and start to see the blessings, they'll realize that this is a blessing. And it is a blessing for this connection. And it seems like that Ten of Swords, the way it came out when I was shuffling these cards, it came right out. You know what I mean? It came right out to the forefront. And it was just like, boom, here I am. Here I am. Take me as I am, or have nothing at all. Like, yes, that's what it is. And, you know, I mean, it's definitely bringing balance to the connection. It's definitely making you feel a lot better. And it's making you feel like, whew, like more at rest. Like, I just feel like you're at peace and you're at rest and you're like, I'm comfortable, you know? I don't know what is ending for this person, but it's a habit. It's a bad habit. It is. It could also be a relationship that's ending as well. That's a bad habit. And you're like, yes. You're feeling empowered. You're like, yes. Healed. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You know? And remember when we said in the monthly, when it was like, this may fix and leave a third party, this may be the week that the third party go bye-bye. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't work. And maybe that's what this person is used to. Maybe like the limiting belief that they live in is like, oh, it's okay to have third party situations. And like, that would be a Two of Swords thing, because that doesn't work for anybody. It doesn't work. Even polygamous societies, why do you think they give that up? Because it's so stressful to have more than one woman in your life. Are you joking? I can speak on for days and days. I know that personally, the polygamous lifestyle, and it's so stressful, right? And you don't want it. Maybe some women put up with that, or some people put up with that situation, but they're not happy. Nobody's happy in that situation. Not the guy, not the girl, right? It's stupid. It's dumb. And now, because something is ending, it's like protection for the connection. And you're going to be feeling like, yes, yes, yes. I feel like Gemini, yes. Hype. Gemini, you're about to be so hype. And they might not really like it, but whatever. Like, you're hype, so it doesn't really matter, and it benefits the connection anyways. So Gemini, that's what I have for you guys. Let's ring those freedom bells. Yes. Yes, I love it. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, if you haven't liked the video already, make sure you like that right now. Like it now, like now. All right. And also, if you want to know more and you want to connect with me further, my information is in the description bar down below. I have different socials, right? In the wintertime and in the early spring, I be on IG, right? Late winter and spring, IG, right? Summer, the heat of summer, right? And late spring, I'm on Facebook, right? Late summer and early fall, I'm on Pinterest. All year round, I'm on YouTube. I am working on my Patreon platform. I do want this platform to grow a little more. I don't know. I want to wait. I just feel like I will know the perfect time, and I already have the Patreon, right? But as time goes on, it just grows and more and more and more, and I'm just like, I want to bring so much. So I do have a Patreon, and I will be debuting that. I said it earlier a couple months ago. I mean it. I have it already. I just don't give out the link because I'm not really ready for anybody to be really on it. And I really want to build a strong community on here. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I flow with spirit. I flow with the way nature works. So sorry if I'm kind of like, sometimes I can be a little inconsistent. I'm trying not to do that, but inconsistent to certain people, because certain people are used to things coming every day. Like, you know, if we're used to a certain society where things are kind of like on demand, then you may look at me as kind of inconsistent. But if you're kind of a little more chill, I'm pretty consistent. I just flow with nature. And if it's not the time, it's just not the time, love. All right. So bless you guys. Okay. This was a wonderful reading. Be sure to comment down below. Now is an excellent time to leave that comment down below. You know, I want to know how this ends. You know, I want to know what goes on with you guys. Cause I know it's going to be a bunch of you guys. That's going to be, yeah. You know, because it's like, ooh, ooh, right? So I'm really excited. And also, if you are thinking about subscribing, subscribe down below, hit the button, and also hit the bell so you can not miss any of my future notifications. So bless you guys. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.